Yes. Oh, what is it? Oh my gosh. I know. Actually, my shirt, she wrote like the memory. Oh, she wrote my chart. No, she wrote my chart. We were joking. Oh, Ryan told me she wrote like. So we were messing with it. One first she wrote memory. She was like, oh yeah. So bad. So but you like you try to be so carefully. You did. This is Rachel. What happened? Oh, she. Got food? Can you go outside?
Yeah, I'm okay with the break thing. I just generally, if it's not fruit, I'm not happy. Otherwise, people bring some really funky smelling things. I had one kid the last 2 years. I don't see that's the thing. I can't be biased and differentiate. If it's just food, it's going to smell bad. He ate like 30 socks, 3,000-year-old eggs, pickled nuts. It wasn't good.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'll probably do whatever after. Oh, already? Yeah. I think it's, yeah. Like, this guy probably yeah, really.
This is it? 7 people? All right. 10. All right, ladies. All right, ladies. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, excuse me. Yeah. You know which group you are? Let's find out. I got it right here.
Oh, yeah, not in this group.
You're not in this group. Okay. Are you on here?
Yeah.
That's you?
Yeah.
All right, sit down, kid. That's really you? It's been a while, huh? What grade is that?
What grade?
Is that last
This
year?
is last year.
I think we'll start. So, yay, group believe. I know a couple of you. I don't know all of you. We'll take a few minutes and figure some people out. This guy, go ahead and you're going to use your computer on. So go ahead and get it out. Don't be passive aggressive or just reasonable. Don't look at other things. Look at this. You need to have access to this. You can get to this via the following. If it's not on Moodle yet, it will be. We're working out the Moodle, or I'm working out the Moodle in terms of multiple people using that Moodle. But don't lose that. There you go. What's wrong with you, Rachel Lowe? You are a charger. You know, I almost did that too, so I can almost empathize. I did.
Actually, Miss Terrell
I-
picked it up for me.
Did she? I was so tired. I was walking the bus. It's like, why's my bag feel so light?
Yeah, I was thinking that, but I was.
Then I got on the
really
bus to
actually
do
too
some
tired
work
to-
and I had to run back up the stairs.
Thank you so much.
So TOK links, don't lose that. Go ahead and hit Command D on your computer. Yeah, so hit Command D on your computer. I'd probably call it TOK links, or just links, or whatever you want to call that. Hit Command D. Oh my God. Yeah, Pokemon. What'd you call it? You just called it that? Hit Command D. Now type FR.
No, I'm thinking
Yes,
it's worth it to go get the.
Awesome.
Oh,
That took you a while.
What's that?
Ooh, strawberry.
So my point is, I don't know what you're doing with Etherpad, but let's just say you have a class that uses Etherpad every day. If you type Etherpad, even if it's bookmark, I don't think you're going to be going to some sort of strawberry.org, especially in Spanish. So if you bookmark that and call it something which is not this, it'll just be a lot quicker to get to it because we're going to use this a lot. You can go ahead and bookmark the daily objectives as well. They will be in Moodle, but go ahead and think of this as an independent website because it is. I don't like to go to Moodle so much. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's fantastic. But if I know something exists someplace else and I don't have to log in my courses, click on that, or however that's going to work for you, I just go straight to this. If this stuff is in blue, it should open up. You don't have to open that up yet. So I'll do two things to make it much easier for us. When I'm getting stuff together, I'll get a direct link for you. It'll be on Moodle. If you want to go find it and do all that because you like to find things, you can. But I'll put the direct link on that TOK links, and I'll say today's worksheet or today's whatever. It'll be on there. I'll also hyperlink it from this just to be redundant. And redundant. I'll say it twice. Cool. Right? You get that irony. So you got if you this is why I need to do this because obviously I got some faces down. If I'm not going to call you this, tell me what to call you. Ilva? How do you spell? Would you rather me call you Elva or that last bit? That's easy. Catherine.
Yeah.
Nice. That's usually just a standard protocol. You go to it. You Min. How's that cuticle treatment?
Cuticle?
That's fine. Kenny, we already had a conversation, so I know that you. I'm gonna put glasses on you. You don't mind, do you? It'll help me to remember who you are. Okay. Is that accurate? Are they too big?
Oh, maybe I can take off my glasses.
Oh, this is a permanent marker, guys. You have to leave this on forever. Marcello. Human. I'm saying that wrong. Human. Oh. Looks like that guy over there. Looking at me like I'm a weirdo. Which I get a lot of that. So this is gonna be awesome. Either I'm really messing up some fairly monosyllabic words, H-U-N, G-U-N-N, dirt. That's that guy over there in the corner? You say it real loud, and I'll just move my mouth. Ready?
Yeah, men.
Are you here? Sorry. Did I say that right the second time? Been working on it. Basil. Basil. Cool. Zumba. Hi. T money. I think Mr. Garland was making a joke, or is that Mr. Minton? He's looking at you. It says Sapaki. T money Sapaki. Better not be in your college apps. Jinkin. right, real quick, just for curiosity's sake, you can tell me whatever you want. You can even make it up. Elba, where are you from?
Taiwan.
Catherine, where are you from?
Taiwan. Taiwan.
Kenny.
Some place other than Taiwan.
All right, you can say whatever you want. Hockey. Rachel. I'm gonna say it again. Hyunmin.
You don't think
Korea. Ozzy. Whereabouts?
I know what that is.
Yeah. Suba, where are you from?
India.
Money. Am I saying that right? Where are you from? Moneysville. That's in
Yeah.
West Africa. Jenkins, where are you from? Cool. 10 people in belief. So, got some process. We got a little bit of routine. Now, if you can click on that routine thing, see what happens. If it doesn't do anything, it's good to know. If you have this open on your computer and you can click on routine, see if it opens up. If it doesn't, see if you can't go to the TOK links there. Need a minute. Just emasculate me on day one?
It's loading online.
Didn't ask that question. If you can go to TOK links, see if there isn't something there that says TOK task or homework or DeLuco.
Yeah.
Click on it from there. As I said before, I'll put these links in 2 places just in case one doesn't work. It might be more efficient than the other. There you go. So we only have today's. If you want to do all the stuff on there, you can. You eventually will. I would just do the stuff that's for us on the far right. So we're going to have our day 1, day 2, day 3. Today, I'm going to ask you to fill out some kind of reflection. That won't make a whole lot of sense right now outside of the fact that it should be reflective in nature. But if you do have a habit of writing down what you have to do before we come back to class, call that homework or out of class obligation. There it is. Cool. Now, let's think about this. Just watch the following. 2, 4, 6. Perfect. Ready? You can go ahead and partially close those computers. Not completely. I think my partially closed is throwback from PCs. All right, have a look. Count how many times the players wearing white pass the basketball. You ready? Don't count out loud. Nice.
Wearing white, basketball.
Count. Okay. 16. You said 16? What did you say, Ken? Talk with your group. Figure it out. So your numbers should be fairly accurate, but only talk about those numbers.
17?
Only
No.
numbers. Only numbers.
Sure.
I was
That's better.
a student.
I said only numbers, K-Dog.
Oh,
shut it. There we go. What'd you say over there, Jenkins?
Hey!
16.
Did you see 15 or 16?
Who said 16? Raise your hand real quick. All right. Who said 15, 17? Questionable. Maybe this is even wrong.
Yeah.
The correct answer is 16 passes.
Woo!
Did you spot the gorilla.
Raise your hand if you saw the gorilla.
Yeah, no, that's why I laughed.
Seriously, be quiet and look around. If you
Yeah,
didn't, be honest.
That's the point. That's the point.
Raise your hand if you saw the gorilla. Only less than half. Super cool. It worked.
Yeah.
See, I knew about this because, like, hey, check this out, dude. And I was like, I had a preconceived notion. I knew to look for it. You didn't see the gorilla.
Yeah, it was like right in the middle.
Will you raise your hand? I know I'm hand raising people. No? No gorilla?
I probably saw something weird, but I don't know.
All right, here we go. All right.
For people who haven't seen or heard about a video like this before, about half is the gorilla.
It's about us. Half.
If you knew about the gorilla, you probably saw it. But did you notice the curtain changing color for the player on the black team leading the game?
Who saw the curtain? Notice that the curtain changed color. I didn't. What about the? You probably definitely didn't notice. You noticed the?
Yeah, I noticed the person leaving. That's what I noticed.
Yeah.
Great.
Let's rewind and watch it again.
The replay.
Here comes the gorilla, and there goes a player, and the curtain is.
He's a pretty obnoxious gorilla too. He swags out there, beats his chest. Didn't even see it.
People ready to go.
He wasn't a red gorilla. He wasn't camouflaged. Maybe. I got some curtain color change.
When you're looking for a gorilla, you often miss other unexpected events.
And I knew about the gorilla, so I
And
didn't
that's
notice the other
money
bit.
solution. Learn more about this.
InvisibleGorilla.com, which is a conservation website. It has nothing to do with this. Cool. So let's think about this. We know ways of knowledge being sense perception. Why do you think, and I think we obviously know, how about this? Why do you think you saw the gorilla? If you saw it. Because it's easy to be like, well, I didn't see it because I was so focused on the opposite thing.
Should we want to focus that focused on one particular thing away from the bigger picture?
What was your number you came up with? Okay. Who came up with 16? And didn't see the gorilla? 2 of you. Who saw the gorilla and had either 15 or 17? Super. Who saw the gorilla, the curtain? Both those. Who saw the gorilla and the black player leave? Did you both get 16? So you saw lots of things. Wow. Pretty observational. Cool. Why do we think we saw the gorilla? You said because we were not focused?
Because we were focusing on the bigger picture instead of just one thing specifically.
Well, weren't you focused on how many times the white team, which is fairly specific?
Yeah.
Considering we only have like 3 things here. We got some backdrop, we got a setting, we have 2 teams, and a ball. You might argue the 2. So why do we think we didn't see the gorilla?
Because we just ignore it. We don't just ignore it because we don't want to see it. The only part about that focus on is
All right. So going back to that whole knowledge question thing, by using the word ignore, you're suggesting we did see it.
Yeah, we did see it, but we just
I didn't
ignore
see
it. Because you see it.
I didn't see it.
You saw it, but you just ignore it.
So what you're saying, there was something there, but it wasn't enough to catch your attention.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then actually it's black, right? Then dividing that.
I think the color thing's huge, right? So that, I get that. You saw something which was black. It might have been amorphously a little bit different than the other black stuff, which it wasn't enough. It wasn't yellow. Yeah, gotcha. What do you think then? Why did we not see the gorilla?
Because we thought the gorilla was on the black shirt.
Sure. Makes sense. So what obviously is an important factor with sort of optical illusion business? What do we have to have in this scenario for it to actually work? How many elements do you have from like science? How many variables do we have? Yeah?
3.
Okay. Definitely have what?
The ball, the white ball.
All right. So we got ball
Yeah.
and white and black. So we have to have two divergent colors. Is it important that they're black and white?
Yeah.
What if-
Having the white people has, or white colored shirt.
So what does it do? What does the white do and black do versus say two other colors? What if they're complementary colors? It's like purple and blue. Would it work so well?
It's hard to.
So you might be focused more on the other team, right? So this drastically cuts it into your visual perception quickly doesn't have to ascertain black versus white, right? There was a whole bunch of stuff and they were comparable in terms of color. You would be checking out everything. Cool. How does this work with these colors in terms of being red? What did it change to?
One.
All right, so if it changed to green, would you notice?
Yeah.
Because that's sort of opposite spectrum of the color wheel, right? We know orange and red being complementary colors, warm colors. For some people, it wasn't that drastic of a change. Cool.
The
Who
gorilla
noticed one girl walk off?
And the curtain is changing from red to gold.
Yeah, it's a subtle change. And it's the same color as the floor now,
Yeah.
so it's kind of cool.
Looking for a gorilla, you often about half miss the gorilla.
Let's go back and see that girl walk off. Did we see the girl walk off? She's already off?
Yeah.
Yeah, it goes.
So she walked off early.
When they go rid of me, it's
Okay. Ah, see, okay. Never noticed that.
yeah.
There she is. Cool. All right, so the numbers are there, right? So who knows? Who knows what your sense perception is doing? Maybe your peripheral vision, maybe your brain knows there's 3 black things there. And maybe you would have picked up on there being 4 black things there. That's cool.
Did you spot the gorilla? For me,
All right. How about you open up that document, which is linked from the links, and it says, did I just see that? Can you see that? It might say site experiment. It says something like that. That's it. Open that guy up. See if you don't have any paper and something to write with. If you don't, I can probably find you something. Because that first bit literally asks you to do a self-portrait and or see if you can't sketch the room with your eyes closed. Do that real quick. Find something to write with. Find something to write on. Obviously, it needs to be some sort of ball point, turn tipped writing implement. It's got to create some sort of indentation on your paper.
Do you have extra paper?
I think I might. I usually do. It's been a year since I started. I've got some 12 monkeys. We'll recycle TOK for TOK.
I didn't have
Do we really know what do see think whatever that one is? So choose. All right. Close your eyes. Try to draw what you think you look like. Or and this might be more complicated because this room is new to you, all of you. But then again, it might not. In terms of what you're going to put on that paper, maybe it's no different from the other classroom.
Close your eyes.
But you need to close your eyes, Suba.
Oh,
Don't cheat.
wait, how do you know what you're doing?
Yes, Suba. That's the whole point. Awesome.
I don't know what my line is.
Good afternoon, teachers. I'm sorry for this interruption. Could you please have Rachel Lowe come directly to the high school office to see Ms. Smith? Thank you very much.
Oh my God.
Good afternoon, teachers. I'm sorry for this interruption. Could you please have Rachel Lowe come directly to the high school office to
Oh my God.
That was awesome.
Scary.
You stood up though, didn't you?
Is that a prank? I thought like.
I think she better go.
Hey.
You almost went, didn't you, Rachel? See it again.
Good afternoon, teacher. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, teacher.
Not even the afternoon.
I know! That's the whole point. You were gonna go. If it hadn't been on stupid ass Luke, you would have gone. I do that to all my classes, but it usually works a lot better. And they always go. It had to 3 times, but I don't know. I made it this morning. It didn't work so well. All right, before you start drawing, we've already started. Let's go back to Rachel. Rachel, why'd you stand up?
I was so good at the office.
Okay. Who knew there was something really wrong about that as soon as you heard it?
I mean, I thought there was something wrong with it because there was a dude thing.
It
But then
didn't. It
I
didn't
just
shine
started-
properly.
Oh.
So the tone was cut off. But you still stood up. Why?
Because I was used to hearing.
Who believed that one? I had a kid in grade. I got better ones. I got a kid in grade 12 who always stands up, and he still stands up. He's afraid it might be the one time he actually has to go. Who realized the audio was just it sounded weird?
Yeah, it's like,
It
It sounded much better.
was coming
than,
from
like,
the speakers and not
Yeah,
from
no,
that
it's big
single. I don't even know where that thing comes from, but it's definitely not in stereo. So in terms of hearing, which we don't use a whole lot, we don't trust our hearing so much. Some of you should have been like, that doesn't sound right. It doesn't feel right in terms of like the actual audible. All right, that was fun.
I didn't make it felt right, but I was like.
She is expecting you though, so I don't know if you're supposed to go or not.
just go anyway.
I wouldn't go. All right, close your eyes, sketch the classroom, or do a self-portrait. Do your best. Eyes closed. But obviously you want to press down on that. You want some sort of make sure we have an indentation, some kind of relief business on the back. Okay, you don't open your eyes, but don't open your eyes. That's beautiful. You are doing yourself justice there, buddy. Is it clear whether it's a classroom or a face? Is it there's confusion there? We might be in trouble.
What does mine look like?
That's definitely a classroom. That's not bad.
Oh, that's not
The
good.
nose.
It's a classroom.
Is that you?
That's like, that area.
This is the laptop. Yes. The slushy slush.
I was liking that.
There's love there, yeah.
That's awesome. Do you know Mr. Potato Head? Do you know this guy?
I know.
Oh, look what happened. You got hit so hard.
Oh my
Broke.
God.
And one of your eyeballs came detached. It is now hanging on the side of your face. Classroom. Wow, that's quite geometric. And that has three-dimensional perspective. That's a troll. You get a really cool troll at the top.
I just do this for the back of it, that's the wall. That's the couch. Under the couch.
You can't add on to your drawing.
Now, turn it over. If you can feel anything, which you might not, go ahead and try to gravitate where that drawing is and see if you can't make out some sort of number there without looking at it. Turn it over. Your sheet, and I said if you bear down on it, there should be some indentation.
I heard it.
Is there? What number does it feel like?
Yeah. I do paper.
What number and letter?
Number
Anything?
one.
Yes.
8?
I do paper.
What number is that? You feel any numbers?
Numbers?
Yeah.
Really?
On the other side. You're on the same side, guys. Yeah, feel it. This side.
There it is.
Who got a number there? Anything? If you did a face, you're probably going to say 0. That just makes sense. You found an 8. Look at your Stewie drawing and see if that makes any sense. It might. Yeah. If it was a big 8, then maybe not. What you got? Anything, Sue? No tactile anything? Boys? Numbers? Probably not. How often do you use your sense of touch? To ascertain things, how often do you use your sense of touch? Not just like your hands, not like motor skills and typing and stuff, but literally to sort of size things up, make decisions, make evaluations, ascertain whatever it is. Think of a situation you recently used sense of touch.
No, like I.
When you touch your food to make sure it's what? Warm? That works.
Yeah.
To make sure it's
Like
coarse.
or something.
But do you actually evaluate anything when you touch it? Not just motor skills. I mean, we have disposable thumbs, right? So we're higher primates. We use our hands for everything. But do you actually use your sense of touch to ascertain or
Feel
figure
the
things out?
ball is hard.
Okay, that makes sense. That's a fairly specific example. If you think it was just quotidian, any daily thing where you basically have to touch things to figure stuff out. Mm.
Like when it's too hot to like. But I still do.
All right, so we got a lot of heat-based things. What else?
Like when you hold someone's hand and you feel like.
Rachel, leave Sue alone. This is getting good.
Yeah. Keep going.
I think I like that. So I'm not going to date you because you have sweaty hands.
No, wait, like.
I ascertain that situation.
No.
You're handsome, all that stuff, but you have like swamp fingers are not cool. Like a wet fish.
No, no.
I think I get what you're saying, but if you feel the need to justify. What do you got there?
I'll eat it myself.
You
No,
mentioned-
like when you're looking for something in your bag and you're too lazy to like go in.
That's awesome. Do that all the time. Or you can, because there's so much stuff in there.
Yeah.
All right, that's great. That actually is pretty much a daily. All right, so we're too lazy or too unorganized to find things, and we need our hands. How often does that work? Think about that. Really play this out in your head. I got keys in the bottom of my book bag. What do? What's the first thing you do? You want your keys, the bottom of your backpack, whatever.
Just put your hand in there.
You don't-
You did this. Why?
Because that's how I like. Then I feel like use them.
All right, so you can navigate more area. Are you waiting for it to make noise?
Well, kind of.
You can hear your keys in there, generally speaking. So there's a couple senses that we don't potentially use so much or want to where we're using those. Okay. How much of our daily existence is based on visual cues and sight? Think of a number. I want a percent. Talk about it amongst yourselves. Literally, we are, at this point in time, whoever we are, we have some shared qualities. In our given day, seeing things is what percent of us function? How reliant are we on our sight? What percent is that? I should have 3 answers, or maybe 2 from this group. So at least 3, maybe 4 answers. How does somebody else think? It's nice number.
We are relying on the outside.
Yeah, I mean, we'll survive. But
Like there are so many.
Yeah, sure, that's a good number.
Straight.
Yeah, you do a lot.
yeah, we don't have to.
You generally have to agree on that number.
Hear that.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I have 8. That's like 88.
Now, if you said a number, figure that one out. So you guys have some sort of general shared number over here? Okay, no worries. You do? Boys, you got a number over there? Okay, cool.
Nice segue.
You'd be able to.
I would
Yeah,
use myself.
All right, these guys are gonna figure it out. Now, if you say that number is what you say it is, identify the senses we have left,
Yeah, I think you
give those a number. So you guys said 80 what? You said 88. Break that 12% into the remaining senses you have. Did you hear that one, guys?
Yeah, yeah.
So what's your number? You need a number. I need a number. I need a number. 3 numbers, pass or fail.
Think about this.
I need a number. 2.
Think about it.
I need a number, pass or fail.
Yeah.
7, what'd you say?
I said 85.
All right, so we're looking at 76 and a half.
I'm thinking more than.
Yeah, I'm gonna sit in that kid by itself. All right, so listen to this. Here's your next bit. So let's just go with that 76%. Very low, but now you have another 24. Take the remaining senses and what percent is going to be used for that 24?
Without your taste, without your.
I think about this, like people are born like they can't feel what's happening, or they can't feel anything. And so like,
But I'm gonna cut you off. The defining bit was function.
Your smell is the same as
yeah, so like I think, I don't know, I really like being able to.
It's not the same thing, but the
Like,
thing
like,
is, it's their.
You said 88, but you said
Yeah, but-
that
yeah, but-
taste.
Yes.
Because they're all your eyes. and
Well, it's called the olfactory.
Yeah, I think-
Both, they're intertwined.
Like 50%.
I don't know how to. It's just how like when you're eating.
Yeah.
When you're eating, you kind of auditory
I think
like
You smell things when you eat it, when you're eating something, you smell
it's just how like it's just how like when you're sick, cough really hard, it goes like through your.
Well, they use their ears.
Or something less traffic when you're sick.
Yes. Basically, they use the old sense.
Yeah, when you're sick, like when you're sick and you try to like
And
see
they-
something, it's like, oh, we're.
Pretty rough.
So,
Do the thing you want to like.
sight is like God, like I'm saying.
All right.
Yeah.
4%.
Wow.
Just half.
There's 3 things that are. So trying to provide 8% each.
Happy for a minute?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not even thinking about it.
Oh,
Yeah, it's.
But I think hearing is.
Taste and like.
I don't think it's like.
Sound sounds more.
Like, I don't think hearing
I
is.
actually-
Unless I
Like,
love
you
that
know, when you
a lot.
smell
And I felt like-
when you smell things.
But like, if there was one thing I'd be like.
No, yeah. Serious, man.
And we go like,
Really?
No,
But it-
no, but it's true. Actually, those can distinguish like an natural dragon.
Like a lot of things.
And smell. Because it's always
I not
most
feel
big.
like I smell, I mean, my taste
Yeah,
does smell.
because like.
Yeah,
I can't give up.
so it's like when you smell.
I can't give up.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
It can keep up.
or like for like those brownies, they smell so nice.
It's like they should I mean, like, it might be like, oh, I can't get through whatever, but like, it's still function as it should. You can still eat stuff, you can still digest it all.
But then you can't hear yourself. Like,
Yeah, but like,
might
it's
not
more
hear
of an eating by yourself.
So,
Like,
like,
let's say,
that's true.
you're walking down the street and the car's coming.
Ooh, all right, think about this. Here is your next instruction. Pay attention.
I grabbed Thomas's.
Pay attention.
Can you start over?
Can you start over? I wasn't paying attention.
I don't know what to.
It's not my fault, please.
Make a cake out of something.
All right, how many, what'd you put for hearing?
What do we prefer here?
What number? I asked you to put the remaining senses in some sort of quantified bit. If you said 76 was sight, what was hearing? What percent? You might, yeah, you might 8%. You might actually, oh, right. We might have been overly presumptuous about what we see. So now you might be thinking, okay, that's a good point. Sight. So let's go ahead and rank. Don't worry about that. What's the most important for you? Hearing or vision, taste, smell, or touch?
What's the most important to you?
Thanks.
Of all
Yeah,
of
you're
them?
not gonna do that.
Pretty.
Guys, what's the most important for you? Vision. Comes after that. What's the least important for you? Say smell?
I really like.
All right, let's talk about this from a very TOK thing. What constitutes touch? So if I put my foot on the ground right now, and I know my foot's on the ground, is that a sense of touch? Is that tactile sense? Because if we say it's not, then we have a very, very superficial definition. So is it balance or is it actual touch?
Balance.
I think it's so very difficult to define because when we talk about like senses, you can lose senses. Can you lose that sense?
Can you?
I don't have an answer to that. There probably
Yeah,
is.
that's
If there's somebody with blue skin, there's probably somebody who can't physically maintain balance and doesn't know when they're touching things. That sounds pretty horrific. I know there's people who don't feel pain, but I don't know if that means they can walk obviously, so there's something else. They do have some sort of equilibrium.
Because I think you can just lose like feeling in all parts of the body.
Which sounds pretty horrible when you put it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there are people, for example, like a longer leg, and to them, balance would be like.
Okay.
So I think it's.
Cool. So if you could never actually enjoy food again, how happy would you be? Oof. So everything you ate would just be basically like, I said, water actually might have some flavor at that point in time. Just breathing air. That sounds pretty horrible. All right, so who feels sight? You're more reliant on your sight. Yeah, problem. And then of course, that whole communication aspect. You really have to reconsider how you exist if you couldn't hear other people. And likewise, in terms of reading and the internet and these sorts of things, if you couldn't see your phone, what would you do? You would have to literally rely on Rachel O to tell you your hair looks nice every day if you couldn't see it.
Yeah, you did, but.
You did? So we have some sort of quantified base. Let's look at the directions on this guy. You need a partner, and we have 10 people. It works quite well. So the intention of the experiment is to, therefore, deprive you of your primary sense, which is sight. So Thomas was not wrong. Way to go, T-Money. Try to walk out of this door. You probably can't do it. That's what we're going to do. You'll have some tasks. You will be, pay attention. I can't have you say, listen, if you fall down the damn stairs, Rachel O, because you're wearing those Rachel O Cantonese flip-flops that you always say. And then you're like, I didn't hear you say that. Please pay attention. You will both take turns. There's a group A. Group A will be the first people, which will be blindfolded. You will have a sight buddy. That's your partner. Later on, the sight buddy will switch positions. They'll be group B. Group B will follow the list of things to do. There's some tasks to do there. Group A has tasks. Group B has tasks. So let's just say, because she's sitting next to you, it doesn't have to work that way. You're group A. You're blindfolded. She makes sure you don't kill yourself. She's not a seeing eye person. She's not going to lead you some places. She's going to be like, careful. If she falls, you jump down like in the movies and save her. Throw yourself in front of the bullet. What do you have to do? I would highly suggest you walk down the stairs in front of them. Make sure they're holding onto the rails. So let's look at the tasks for group A. You must pay attention because you're the one who's going to save them from dying, or you're the one who's going to be performing these tasks. Think about what the reflective thing is going to do at the end because that is your assignment when you leave. It's not difficult, but it will help us. So you'll be using information for actual reflection and potentially an essay. So all that stuff will be written down in terms of the experience, how it affected you when you deprived, and basically the way of knowing. How is your knowledge system changed in terms of sense perception when you take away your primary sense? Do you really know what you think you know? And that's the name of the document. Directions. You assign a partner, right? Pick up one blindfold. Some of these are more, I don't know, blinding than others. You should be fine. Don't cheat. It's not the point. Probably put the blindfold on and close your eyes simultaneously. Your sight guide should read the list of tasks to you and then check them off. You can read them as well. No problems with that. I think it'd be better to read them so you can visualize what that might look like when you're doing it and see if your existing knowledge base helps you. You and your sight guide must stay together. Yeah, don't be like, I'll go get something from the cafe. You just walk down the stairs by yourself. Really? And then they, next time we see them across the street in that park, rolling down the hill into the water. Take your time in this activity. Yeah, if we don't get through it all, I think you'll get the gist of it. I think we still will get through it all. Complete each task, but be safe and don't be obnoxious. That goes without reason. Use your hands, but not to touch your sighted guide. The only rule is that you may only work with the instructions of your guide. So they might say left, right, 2 feet in front of you, that kind of thing. If you want to be a complete jerk and be like, keep going, keep going. As long as you stop, don't hurt yourself. But you can be as helpful as you want to be. And think about that. If Thomas is super generous at being a sight guide, maybe that affects the whole experiment, right? Lift your right hand 6 centimeters. Try not to do that so much. Use your other senses. Touch, smell, hear, etc. Taste, question mark. If you fall down, it might be inadvertent. You might just open your mouth and somehow your tongue goes across the dirty, dirty floor. All right. Navigate campus and complete the following tasks in the order. Each of you have a different order. So we have 1. All right, find your buddy and I'll talk to you a second. But as we do that, I'll read over these. Go straight to this AB business. Ooh, it messed it up. When I copied this into Word, it's wrong. So number 1, it should say A. Ugh. Exit the classroom in no particular order. Walk down the stairs and check out a fiction book by an author whose last name starts with H or S. B2. Stupid word. That's fine. We'll figure it out. Walk down the stairs and check out a fiction book that starts with D or M. And before we go, because this has done some weird things with the letters, you'll just let me know which one you're going to do. It's not a problem. It's one or the other. Navigate down to the high school office. Say hello to Miss Rock or Miss Swanee. Have a seat on the couch and rest for 30 seconds. While resting, tell your partner what is in the room and point to the items as you do so. Rachel, you could have had an advantage. If you'd actually gone to that office, you could have scoped it out and been like,
Yeah.
Step 2, or it says 3. Find a high school classroom that is not in session. Now that's difficult. Here's the thing. I don't want your buddy to be like, there's nobody in there. You have to do it. They're just there to actually make sure you don't get hurt. They're not there to be like, you decide. So obviously you'll be hearing things, and you walk into that classroom, shake hands with the teacher, and try to remember that teacher's name. You might not know where you're at. You might know. You might physically be able to go like, I know Mr. Duncan doesn't have what he does right now. I know Mr. Bazinet does not have class. I can walk from here to wherever you're at. You'll be in the office. From office to Bazinet, I'll walk in and be like, Mr. Bazinet? Easy. If you just end up walking around aimlessly and you're really lost and you find a room with no noise and walk in, there happens to be a person in there, then you might have to remember that name. You might not know that teacher. Next step, by yourself, find your way back to here and sit at your desk. By yourself means they're not going to say 2 feet, 3 feet. All right, so literally it's most independently as you can get back. Okay, your side guide's there the whole time. Yeah, stop. Yeah, don't jump. You have everything to live for. All right, so find a buddy. And because I apologize, those numbers are weird, you might want to take a photo of those so you don't have to carry the computer around and be like, what's next?
你是不想跟我吗？
对 There you go. So what's going to happen is when you come back, you guys will look at the next task. So you decide who's